Ahluwalia from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. Today we will discuss the subject that is control system design, and in this subject we will discuss our unit number 2, that is design of state variable of feedback system. Now our today's topic is what? That is comparison between classical and modern control design. Then second we will discuss that is block diagram of state differential equation. And then third topic is what is a state space model for RLC network. Already we have completed our chapter number 1 and chapter number 3. Chapter number 1, that is based on what? To design a system that is using the what? It's a design a compensator that is using body clock as well as root locus. In chapter number 3, we discussed the problem that is related to optimal control system. Now our chapter number 2, that is based on what? It's a state space analysis. So let's start our today's lecture. So the first topic is comparison between the classical and modern control design. Right? So the first is classical control design and modern control design. The first is what is applicable. Classical control design that is applicable for what is a CISO system. That is single input, single output. Where the modern control is applicable to CISO as well as MIMO. That is multiple input, multiple output system. Then for classical, it is applicable only for the linear and time invariant system. Where the modern control design that is applicable to linear, non-linear, time variant, time invariant system. Now using it, only the output behavior is analyzed and controlled. Now in a modern control design, it's an internal variable behavior of the system is also analyzed, or we can say we can control it. Now, it is used like Laplace transform for the continuous time and the Z transform for the discrete time. Now, in case of modern control design, it is a matrix and vector notation for the both continuous and discrete time system. Now, the root locus and frequency response method are trial and error procedure, thus they provide the optical solution. Now, the state variable approach can able to provide the optimal solution, optimal control solution. Now, it is used when initial conditions are what? 0. Now, in a classical control design, what we are saying? It is applicable when our initial conditions are 0. Now, if you have some initial condition and you want to find out the solution, then you have to use what? It's a modern control design. Now, the transfer function approach is used because you know very well. In a transfer function definition, we are saying that all initial conditions that equal to 0. And here we have a state variable approach is used. So this is the comparison between the classical control and modern control. Now next, that is we will see the some of the definition, that is state. It is a group of variables which summarize the history of the system in order to predict the future value. Future value, what we want to predict? Definitely we want to predict what our output. That is what is an intermediate stage. One is input, one is output. Now, intermediate stage is known as what your state. Now, to represent that, we require the group of variables. That is known as a state variables. Now, the state variables is one of the set variables that is used to describe the mathematical state of the dynamic system. Right? Using this, we can mathematically represent the state of the system. Now, next is what is a state vector? Now, it is a vector which contains the state variables as an element. Now, if you remember, then this definition already we have discussed when we studied the subject that is control system. Same definition here also you can write. Now, next we will discuss the block diagram of the state differential equation. Now, this is the block diagram. If you remember, at that time also I discussed why we are using two lines. Because this is applicable for multiple input, multiple output system. Now here, your u of t, that is your input, your y of t, that is your output. Now you can write down the equation. Here we have x dot t, then we have an integration. Because x dot t is what is a differentiation. So if we differentiation and integration, that is cancelled out. So finally I'll get the variable, that is what is a x dot t. Now based on this diagram, I will write the two equations. One equation for what? X dot t. Now this round, that circle is represented as a summing point, right? So we will write the equation. That is the output of this summing point. One summing point output is what? It's x dot t. Another summing point, that is last output is what? Is a y of t. Now x dot t, for that first summing point, I have a what? That is two input, right? One is from the b, another is from the a. So I have to multiply a with the x of t and b with the u of t. So my first equation will become x dot that equal to ax plus bu. And then I have to multiply this y. So y that equal to what? It's a cx plus du. So this is what is a block diagram of the state differential equation. Now next, that is here, see the A is known as a system matrix and the size of this matrix is what? Is a n cross n. Now B is known as an input matrix and the size of this matrix is n cross n. C is known as the output matrix, size is P cross N, and D is known as the transmission matrix and size is what? Is a P cross N. Where N is what? It's a number of state variables. If you have a 4 state variable, then the size of the A matrix will become 4 cross 4. Now if you have a 3, then 3 cross 3 like this. N is known as a number of input. Because this system is applicable for multiple input, multiple output. So M is represent the number of inputs, P is represent the number of output. Okay, this you have to remember. Now last topic of this session, that is a state space model for RLC network. So first of all, what we will do? We will draw a one RLC network. Okay, series RLC network that is connected to a one voltage, that is V, and output is what? Is a VO, and L, that is current through this inductor is IL, and voltage across the capacitor, that is VC. Now here, first of all, we have to select the state variables. How we can select the state variable? So in any electrical circuit, the number of state variables that equal to number of energy storage element. Please remember this. Number of state variables that equal to number of energy storage element. That is either inductor or we can say capacitor. If you have an inductor, then you have to take the inductor current as a one state variable. And if you have a capacitor, then you have to take voltage across capacitor as a second variable. So in this series RLC circuit, I have a two element, energy storage element. One is inductor, another is the capacitor. So what I'll do, I'll take the two variables. One is x1 and x2. Now as I said, inductor current, IL is become one state variable and capacitor voltage, that is become second variable. Now the second is what? We want to apply the KVL equation in order to find out the x1 dot equation. Right? So how we can get KVL equation that equal to V, voltage drop across resistor, that is IR, voltage drop across inductor, L di by dt, and voltage drop across capacitor, that is 1 by C integration of IL into dt. Why I am writing IL? Because I have a one loop. And that loop current is what? It's a IL. Now simply we will substitute these state variables in this equation, V as it is. And also we can say that this 1 by C integration of IL dt, that is what? It's a voltage drop across the capacitor and that is nothing but the VC. That is already specified in this diagram. So my equation is become R IL plus L di by dt plus Vc. Now we will substitute this two variable. and x1 dot, that is definitely that will become dIL by dt. So V Rx1 plus L x1 dot plus x2. Now we are finding the equation of the x1 dot. So that equation has become V by L minus R by L x1 minus 1 by L x2. Now similarly, we are interested to find out the x2 dot equation. Now see the x2 dot that equal to what is a VC dot? Because the x2 that equal to VC. If I want to find out the differentiation of the x, so then I have to take the differentiation of the VC. And VC is what? It's a voltage drop across capacitor. So what I get? d by dt, then 1 by c, integration of IL into dt. 1 by c is what is a constant. Then differentiation and integration, that we can cancel out. So what I get? That is x2 dot that equal to 1 by c IL, and that is nothing but the 1 by c into x1. So here I have a two equation. Okay. How many equation you will get? That is the number of state variables. Here I will take two state variables. So the first equation I will get of x1 dot. Second equation that is I will get, that is of x2 dot. Now this is two equation. Now we can easily write down our state space equation, that is x dot that equal to ax plus du. So minus r by l. See the coefficient of the x1, that is minus r by l. Coefficient of the x2, that is 1 by l. And coefficient of the v is what? It's my input. If you want to write down instead of vu, that is also fine. So 1 by l. Now the coefficient of the x2 dot, my x1 is what? Is the 1 by c. x2 is 0. Like this. Now this is for the x1 dot equation. Now one more equation is remaining, that is our output equation. So how we can get the output equation? So we know that the VO, that is what? Is a voltage drop across capacitor. So VO that equal to 1 by C integration of IL dt, that is nothing but the VC. Then that is equal to what is an x2. So what we can write down? Y that equal to 0, 1, x1, x2, because the coefficient as such we do not have any x1 now. So 0 plus x2, then 0 into V. So this is known as state equations or mathematical modeling for the series RLC circuit. So I hope this session is clear. Thank you.